Welcome back. I'm Bradley, and today we're talking about 3 ways to get sharper photos without a tripod. Let's hop in. For tip number 1, you want to make sure you're holding your camera the right way. You want to start with your right hand, bring it onto your camera, then you want to comfortably find the shutter button with your index finger. This works for portrait, up and down, or landscape, left to right. Then you want to bring your left hand to the base of the lens where it meets the camera. And from here, it'll help steady your footage or your shots just in general. Tuck your elbows for 2 extra points of contact, allowing you ultra stability when you're shooting photos or video. For tip number 2, make sure you have a clean camera lens. Whether you have a DSLR mirrorless, a smartphone, or an action camera, you want to make sure that that lens is clean. A dirty camera lens can introduce smudges and an overall softness to your image. You want to make sure that you clean your camera lens before every shoot or every time you pick it up with a clean microfiber cloth. You want to store your lens away from dust and any way it can get scratches. Keeping your camera lens clean can also help with focusing issues or inconsistencies that you may see. Keep your camera lens clean to get sharper photos. This is essential. For number 3, we're talking about shutter speed. Shutter speed is extremely important if you don't have a tripod or you're shooting with a longer focal range lens like an 85 equivalent or a 135 equivalent. These longer focal lengths will introduce more camera shake into your images or your video. They're harder to stabilize, and that's why image stabilization is so important. But if you don't have that or a tripod, shooting at a higher shutter speed will result in a sharper photo. When you're using a higher shutter speed, the actual camera takes the photo quicker, so the shutter moves a lot quicker, allowing you to reduce that camera shake and get an overall sharper image. When you're using a lower shutter speed, you'll start to introduce blur, which can be used for some artistic styles, especially around water, like this. But remember, when you're shooting a higher shutter speed, then you can freeze time and you can see the difference in the waterfall right here. For those of you wanting to do more research on shutter speed, give a Google or YouTube search for the reciprocal rule. This will give you a basis for what shutter speed you should be using based on the focal length of your lens when shooting handheld. With that in mind, this has been 3 tips to get sharper photos instantly. I'm Brad G Media signing out. I hope you all are having a blessed day. I sure know I am. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.